steel has shaped the world we live in. From towering skyscrapers to intricate machinery, from bridges that connect nations to the very tools we use every day, steel is everywhere. But have you ever wondered how this incredible material is actually made? Today, we'll take a deep dive into the fascinating process of steelmaking, an art and science that has evolved over centuries to power the modern world. The origins of steel go back nearly 1,800 years to ancient China, where early methods of steelmaking first began. For a long time, it remained a limited craft, but everything changed in the mid-19th century with the invention of the Bessemer process. This breakthrough allowed steel to be produced on a massive scale, fueling the Industrial Revolution. Among the most famous early steel structures is the Eiffel Tower in Paris, completed in 1889. Built from wrought iron and steel, it stood as a marvel of engineering, showcasing just how versatile and strong this material could be in construction. Modern steelmaking, though more advanced, still follows a fascinating sequence of steps. It begins with powerful magnets capable of lifting up to 5 tons of scrap metal. These massive magnets collect old discarded steel, pieces that may once have been cars, appliances, or machinery, and bring them together to be reborn. Once gathered, the scrap is placed into a colossal steel basket. Even though the basket itself weighs around 30 tons, it can carry nearly double its weight, up to 60 tons of metal at once. From there, the real transformation begins. The metal is tipped into a furnace designed to reach extreme temperatures, around 1,600 degrees Celsius. At this point, the solid scrap turns into molten steel. The furnace is powered by electrodes and natural gas burners, ensuring the intense heat needed for melting. Within about an hour, all 60 tons of metal will have liquefied. Of course, such a process generates a huge amount of smoke and fumes, which is why advanced ventilation systems, equipped with fume hoods and exhaust fans, work continuously to keep the environment safe. As the metal melts, impurities rise to the surface, creating a thin layer at the top. At this stage, technicians collect small samples of the liquid steel and carefully analyze its chemical structure. Once the initial composition is understood, a supersonic oxygen lance comes into play. By blasting pure oxygen into the molten steel, the lance lowers the carbon content, homogenizes the mixture, and speeds up the reaction, ensuring the steel achieves the exact properties required. Now comes one of the most critical moments. A massive ladle is positioned beneath the furnace to receive the molten steel. Each ladle can hold as much as 115 tons of liquid metal, glowing bright orange with heat. Once filled, an enormous overhead crane, capable of lifting up to 180 tons, transports the ladle to the next stage of production. It's here that additives are introduced, fine-tuning the steel to meet specific industrial demands. Whether it's for construction, automotive parts, or specialized machinery, the composition can be adjusted to perfection. After that, the steel flows into a distributor, where nozzles open to let the molten metal stream into multiple molds. Within moments, the liquid steel begins to cool and solidify, forming long steel billets. These billets can range anywhere from just a few meters to over 10 meters in length, depending on the intended use. The billets are then guided through flatteners, where massive rollers compress and shape them into the desired size and form. It's here that raw molten steel truly starts to resemble the material we're familiar with. Finally, the freshly shaped steel travels down a conveyor at a carefully controlled pace. Once it reaches its target dimensions, it's laid onto a cooling bed. This step is crucial because it ensures the steel cools evenly from end to end, preventing cracks or weak spots. From scrap metal to solid steel beams, the process is nothing short of remarkable. Every stage combines raw power, cutting-edge technology, and human expertise to create one of the strongest, most reliable materials in the world. And that's the incredible journey of steel, from discarded metal to the very backbone of modern civilization. The next time you walk across a bridge, ride a train, or even look up at a skyscraper, you'll know just how much science, effort, and history is hidden inside those gleaming steel structures. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of steelmaking. If you enjoyed learning about how this essential material is created, make sure to stick around for more episodes where we uncover the hidden stories behind the things that shape our world. Until then, take care and see you next time.